welcome to BizRoanoke. This month we will be talking about items that are made in the city of Roanoke, and we have with us today Jed Curtis. Jed is the owner of Heart Spade Forge, LLC here in Roanoke. He is a blacksmith and, of course, the owner of the business. Hi, Jed.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being with us today. Tell me how Heart and Forge began here in Roanoke, and why Roanoke?
It's kind of chasing an obsession, honestly. It's ever since I was a kid, I've been interested in making things, and really specifically making things out of metal. Welding, fabricating, forging. It all started with a kindergarten field trip to the Frontier Culture Museum, a living history museum, and I saw, there's people doing cotton picking and pulling all the seeds and everything out of that, but it's also there was a blacksmith, and he was making implements, little simple hooks and stuff, but he had this big anvil, and so I came home and told my parents I wanted an anvil, and the deal was I had just gotten glasses. If I could keep the glasses intact, and not bent up or broken for 3 weeks, they would get me an anvil. And so 3 weeks later, I was kind of blessed with this little thing that I carried around everywhere and started making really simple implements out of it, and it's kind of grown into what you see before you.
Yeah, and what age was this?
That was 5 or 6.
Oh, wow.
So, wow. Yeah. And then I went to Roanoke College, got a chemistry degree, again, kind of putting things together forever, and ideally I was going to get into metallurgy and become a metallurgical engineer.
Right.
And chemistry in Roanoke College was just a really good fit. And graduated, and it was I graduated right as the economy was turning around from the recession, so there weren't a whole lot of people hiring at that point.
Right.
So I taught for a little bit, got engaged, and we decided to move to Roanoke, and I thought, if there's ever a time to kind of jump in with both feet and really see if this thing has legs, let's do it. Let's kind of put this together and see what we can do. So, and it was, looking at it from a business perspective, Roanoke is so attractive because I love the combination of, the big city within the mountains in Roanoke and Southwest Virginia, but also it's a perfect location along the eastern seaboard. It's central. You can go, 2 hours north or 3 hours north to DC, 3 hours south to Charlotte, Savannah, Charleston are all down there. It's a perfect kind of jumping off point for all of those. So it's you just can't beat it.
Jed, tell me about the products that you're making here and the services that you all offer.
We started out making bespoke architectural ironwork, which was really high-end gates, railings, that sort of stuff. And recently we've moved into custom cookware and actually skillets, garden tools, and that variety of items. But the skillets are really what have excited me recently, just because they are, I didn't know this, but it's carbon steel, it's not cast iron. And talking to chefs, that's what they use more often than not in the professional kitchen. It's more nonstick than cast iron at half the weight. Mine are a little heavier than the commercially available ones, so they don't warp.
Right.
And people can get them personalized. I've had restaurant chefs, who have opened their establishment. They're so proud of it, so they get their brand engraved on the back. So. And
it's my understanding you've worked with some of the chefs here in Roanoke to perfect your pans.
Exactly.
Is that right?
I'm a blacksmith. I can make whatever you need out of metal, but I don't know necessarily what the chef's needs are within their own cookware. So when I started out with a simple prototype and took it to several downtown chefs, and they kind of critiqued it, and that's what I was after. I wanted to make their skillet something they would use and cherish, and not just something that was pretty that they could put out there, but something that was actually functional and was actually really usable. So from there, we kind of developed, a good height, a good surface finish, a good handle length, a good balance to it, and a good weight. That's what's important, because they're doing this, all day. So they're the ones that are going to have broken wrists if the thing weighs 10 pounds.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah.
Quickly, you have a special signature. I just wanted you to talk about that quickly, and then we've got to move on to the rest of our interview.
We could pick one up,
yes,
but it's
here we go.
This is an unseasoned one, but it's on the back. This is an older one. But usually I put my initials, EWC, for Edward Warren Curtis, as a maker mark. You know, this way in 100 years someone will know that I made this. The star is my way of signifying that it was made here in Roanoke. If I ever move or if I ever go and visit another shop, I would use some other stamp, but the star kind of connects it back to the Roanoke community, being the Star City. And then the year, this is apparently an old one, but so the year was made, obviously. So the idea is these things are gonna last generations, and so I want people to know in 200 years that this is something that came from Roanoke and was special to that first person that got it.
Great gifts, and you can engrave them, customized to the occasion. So that's great to know.
Yeah, exactly.
So how can our viewers learn more about the company, Heart Spade Forge?
Heart Spade Forge, heartandspadeforge.com. Shoot me an email, give me a call. I'm pretty active on social media, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm still figuring out, but Instagram, Facebook.
Well, thank you, Jed, for joining us today. I'm so happy that you're here, and don't move.
Oh yeah.
We need to keep you right here.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
Thanks so much, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are with Ariel Lev. Ariel is the owner of the new Virginia Design Collective. Hi, Ariel.
Hello, Lisa. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. I love your new store. So tell our viewers, what is Virginia Design Collective?
So we're here now at our brick and mortar location. Virginia Design Collective is a store. It's also an e-commerce store. So the website also sells the majority of the items represented here at the store. So mainly it's a shop where people can come to buy art and handmade items from makers across Virginia or who have a significant connection to Virginia. So I like to think of it as a very localized Etsy store that's keeping the money local in the Roanoke community.
Thank you for doing this.
Sure.
It's a wonderful,
my pleasure.
Beautiful store.
Thanks.
So what are some of the interesting features about the new business to Roanoke?
So some of the interesting new features would be that I've got a range of items here, from illustrations to prints to paintings to things like wooden cutting boards, candles, plants, anything that you would walk in and want to decorate your home with. Try to cover that whole spectrum of items, as well as some gifty items like cards and things like that. Basically targeting the first-time art buyer or a new art buyer, someone who wants to buy a gift that's unique for someone or have something unique in their home. Okay, and there's a price range too, a great, Right, yeah. I try to stay around where you would think a gift buying price range. So things on the lower end could be between $20 and $40, and on the higher end up to $200, $300 per item. So you can find something very special here, an investment piece, but you can also find a gift for someone, or a housewarming present for someone here too as well. So how do you find your artists who are bringing goods to you for sale? A lot of times they find me. Social media has been very good to us here at Virginia Design Collective. It's, I'm fortunate enough to be surrounded by beautiful things all day, so I take a lot of pictures and post them on Instagram. So a lot of my makers have found me through Instagram. Also, word of mouth is very strong for this industry because as of yet there isn't something quite like this here in Roanoke. So when one maker connects with VDC and then tells their friend about it, they'll come in and say, hey, my friend's working here with you. I'd love to work here with you too. And so it's been kind of a domino effect since I started. And we have needed something like this for such a long time because we have so many talented people here doing great things. And so they can be a part of these services. Meeting the people has been the best part of it thus far. And who is your target audience for the store? Well, it's kind of two different target audiences. I would say my target shopper is someone who wants to buy unique items, who prioritizes local, who prioritizes keeping their money local, and really appreciates sort of something beautiful and different. And then my target sort of collective member is an artist who is just starting out or has sort of a side hustle as an artist and wants to increase the viability of that part of their sort of revenue in the arts. And so I'm really working with people who want to build and expand their arts business while still supporting themselves as a local member of society. And you've sort of addressed this, but how is Virginia Design Collective impacting economic development in the city of Roanoke? Yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of Etsy. I think the big difference is that this is keeping the money truly very local. It all comes through a store in Roanoke, so I love Roanoke and I want to support the local economy, but I also want to make sure some of, you know, actually pretty large percentage of that money is getting back to the artists that make the items so that they can fund the growth of their own business. So it's my business, and then it kind of has a hub and spoke model of getting money back to these people who are then able to buy more products and make more goods to sell to more people.
And I know that you, at one time when I was in here, you said you had visitors, like some tourists came in. So that was very exciting.
Yeah, I've been very thankful to be, you know, forwarded some business from new businesses like Downshift, and then existing galleries like the Wilson Hughes Gallery sends business up this way. So this end of downtown is becoming more of a destination for tourists, which I think is new. And with the brewery and the restaurants and Downshift, I'm very lucky to be sort of on this corner and people stop in and check it out.
It's a great corner, and you have a gallery behind you too.
Yeah, Alexander Heath Gallery. It's been great to work with them. So yeah, it's a good end of town to be working in right now.
So if our viewers would like to learn more about Virginia Design Collective, how may they do so, Ariel?
Just TACA.com onto the title, VirginiaDesignCollective.com, and you can go to the website and shop and reserve items. I do a local pickup option online, so you can shop online and just select local pickup, and then you avoid having to pay any shipping fee, and you can come grab it right from here. Or you can just learn more about the artist. Every artist has a profile online with information about who they are, how they learn what they do. So check that out.
It's a great website.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having us today.
All
Appreciate
right.
your hospitality.
Thanks for being here.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are with Trisha, or Tree Hash. She is the owner of Tree Fairfax, a company new to Roanoke, which she has started. And thank you today for being with us.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome. So talk to us about Tree Fairfax. How did you come up with the name of the business, and how did you get started?
Okay, Tree is actually my nickname. My real name is Trisha, and my grandmother started calling me Tree for short, and then kind of caught on. I really liked it, and a lot of times people didn't say my first name the right way. So Tree really worked for me, and I started using it all through school, and that's just what I've been known as. Yeah. And Fairfax is my maiden name, and my father had a business, Tim Fairfax, so I wanted to be just like him and have a business with my name. And so I started sewing because I couldn't find things that I wanted, and also couldn't afford some of the things that I wanted. So I decided I'll just try to create it myself. And I would just take things apart and go to Goodwill and get old leather coats and jackets and skirts and cut them apart and make bags. And friends started asking about them. And then that's really how my business grew, was from that.
Well, it's a great business, and I'm really excited that you're here with us today.
Thank you.
And I'm holding one of your beautiful products.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Well, thank you.
I
That's
saw it
the
online.
Dreamer. Yeah,
the Dreamer.
Dreamer pouch is what I call that.
It's great. It's fabulous.
Thank you.
So talk about some of the products that are offered by the company. This is just one, but
this is just one. Also, these baskets I do with Medina Mercantile, which is local, and she gets baskets from Morocco and other places. So we work together, and I add the leather pieces to it. And this is actually a backpack, so it's good for like shopping on the market, putting your fruits and veggies or whatever, taking to the beach.
Fabulous,
And these are some totes that I've made. I make everything handmade, cut everything out by hand, stitch everything by hand. So it's a little time consuming, but I love to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something hidden down in here. What is
that's
that?
a little.
It's a cute little pouch.
It's a little clutch, but it also will have a belt, and you could wear it as a fanny pack. Take the belt off, carry it as a clutch. Also, it's a crossbody bag. So this is one of my favorites. This is one of my top sellers, are my little waist bag.
It's a great piece. Right here in Roanoke, Virginia.
Right here in Roanoke, Virginia.
So let's talk about where your products are sold, and where have they been sold, or where have they been featured?
Okay, well, here at Virginia Design Collective, also Black Dog Salvage. And there's some places in Richmond, which is Rosewood Clothing Co., Nubian Human in DC. There's a business in Italy called For the Love of Moon. that
Right.
sells my bags in Louisiana and Tennessee. It's just like growing. And a few places in California, it's a place called California Drifters. And
Very
so
nice.
I've just been slowly growing over the internet.
Okay.
And that has been made a big difference in
Okay.
my business.
And is that through Etsy?
And
that
also
you-
through Etsy. And
okay.
yes, I have, my business has grown through Etsy.com
Okay.
too, because I sell on there
Okay,
as
okay.
well. But I've had a lot of success from just word of mouth.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So from Roanoke to Milan.
Right. Exactly.
What more could we ask for?
Yeah, I had a fashion designer contact me and asked me to collaborate with him. It's called Orange Culture. And he ended up taking my bags to Milan for a fashion show.
Oh, that's
so I was excited about that.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how does a business like Tree Fairfax impact economic development in Roanoke?
Well, I would say that small businesses, period, are vital to America, the growth,
Right.
the economy.
Right.
And so for a small business, all the money that I'm making, I spend here locally. Hopefully with the growth, I can employ someone locally.
Right.
I buy a lot of my supplies here. I am all over the place. Some of the local knitting companies, because I use a lot of their thread to use as my little label
Just,
that I
okay.
put on each bag.
Okay.
And so I spend money back into here, and I'm always downtown shopping, so
Okay.
my money comes right back here.
Great.
But I think it makes a big difference, and it gives you like financial independence, and so and also hopefully to grow and be able to hire someone
Wonderful.
to work. Yeah.
And someday I hope to see you with a storefront, and you can have
That I
Roanoke,
would
Milan,
love. Yeah.
pasted
Yeah.
around the corner on the windows.
Yeah, that's
right?
on the plan.
Yeah, that's great. Tree, how can our viewers learn more about the company?
Okay, you can go to Instagram at Tree Fairfax. Also Etsy, I am treefairfax.etsy.com, or you can just go to etsy.com and put in Tree Fairfax. I have a page on Facebook, Tree Fairfax. So everything is Tree Fairfax. It makes it simple
All right,
and easy.
very good. And you can come to Virginia Design Collective and
Yes.
find your products here, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us today, and
I
best of
appreciate
luck
it.
to you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. Thank you for being with us today. If you have questions about the individuals we visited with today, please give me a call. My name is Lisa Soltis, and you can reach me in the City of Roanoke Department of Economic Development at 540-853-1694 or by email at lisa.soltis@roanokeva.gov. Thank you.